over the vast cornfields that stretched as far as the eye could see. It was harvest season, and the air was thick with anticipation and a hint of something sinister. Little did the farmers know that this year's harvest would be anything but ordinary. The Peterson family owned a sprawling corn farm that had been passed down through generations. They were hard-working folks, dedicated to their land and the corn that sustained them. But deep within the fields, an ancient evil lurked, waiting to unleash its malevolent power. As the moon rose, strange occurrences began to plague the farm. Unnerving whispers carried on the wind, leaving the farmers uneasy. Each night, the rustling of corn stalks sounded like whispers, as if the plants themselves held a sinister secret. The Petersons brushed it off as their imagination playing tricks on them, but the unease grew with each passing day. One morning, Mary Peterson, the youngest daughter, ventured into the cornfields to gather fresh ears of corn for breakfast. As she moved through the rows, the corn seemed to close in on her, its towering height overwhelming. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching her, hidden amidst the swaying stalks. Her heart raced, and she quickened her pace, desperate to escape the suffocating maze. That night, as the family sat down for dinner, strange things started happening. The corn on their plate seemed to move on its own, slithering like serpents. The room filled with an acrid stench, causing them to gag. Terrified, they rushed outside, only to find their beloved farm enveloped in darkness. The once majestic cornfields had transformed into a twisted nightmare. The corn stalks contorted into grotesque shapes, resembling gnarled fingers reaching out from the depths of hell. The air was thick with an otherworldly presence, and the Petersons realized they were no longer alone. They huddled together, seeking safety in their farmhouse. But the evil had infiltrated every inch of their sanctuary. The walls oozed with a putrid substance, as if the very essence of darkness seeped through. Shadows danced and whispered secrets, their voices hauntingly familiar. Each night, the family was tormented by vivid nightmares, visions of corn stalks ensnaring them, their flesh torn asunder by sharp husks. They were trapped in a never-ending cycle of terror, unable to escape the clutches of the cornfield's curse. Days turned into weeks, and the Petersons' once thriving farm became a desolate wasteland. Their bodies weakened, starved from the harvest they had once relied upon. Their minds shattered under the weight of the farm's malevolent presence. As the last surviving member of the Peterson family, John found himself consumed by grief and desperation. Determined to break the curse, he ventured deep into the heart of the cornfield, armed with only a rusty shovel and a flickering flashlight. John's footsteps echoed through the silent night as he searched for answers. The cornfield whispered with malice, each stalk seemingly alive and plotting his demise. But he pressed on, fueled by a determination to save his family and reclaim their farm. Finally, he reached a clearing at the center of the cornfield, where a gnarled tree stood tall, its branches reaching out like skeletal arms. John's heart pounded in his chest as he dug furiously around the tree's root. There, buried beneath the soil, he found a weathered journal, its pages filled with incantations and dark rituals. John recited the ancient words, pleading for the curse to be lifted. The air crackled with energy, and a blinding light enveloped the cornfield. The whispers ceased, and the corn stalks withered away, revealing a barren landscape. Peterson Farm was forever changed, scarred by the horrors that had unfolded within its boundaries. But as the sun rose on a new day, John vowed to rebuild, to breathe life back into the land that had almost claimed him. The cornfield stood empty, a constant reminder of the horrors they had endured and the family's unwavering resilience in the face of unspeakable evil.